And it's Germany which recently came under an avalanche of criticism over a multi-billion-dollar arms deal it sealed with Saudi Arabia and other Gulf nations who also have questionable human rights records. Well, Berlin's weapon exports to the Gulf monarchies have almost tripled in just 2 years. Take a look at this, from 570 million euros in 2011 to almost $1.5 billion in 2012. And Angela Merkel's government has approved weapons exports of more than 800 million euros in the first half of this year, suggesting the level, of course, will continue to grow. Now, the 6 countries in the region that Berlin sells weapons to are Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, and the UAE, several of which have seen government crackdowns on anti-regime protesters since the Arab Spring. Saudi Arabia is the biggest buyer, with arms imports last year worth 1.24 billion euros. Now, activists claim German-made small arms, ammunition, and military vehicles were commonly used by Middle Eastern and North African regimes to suppress peaceful demonstrations. Adam Kugel from Human Rights Watch says that Germany should give up its business ambitions in the Gulf.
Western countries in general should look at the widespread crackdown that's going on against human rights, political and pro-reform activists going on in the country when they make these deals. These governments that have good relationships with the Saudis should make it clear that what they're doing it really goes against the pro-reform agenda that King Abdullah has been trumpeting since he came to power in 2005. What we've seen in the last, or at least I could say in 2013, is an increasing crackdown. We've seen many high-profile convictions over the last few months. Women's rights activists Fawzia Ayouni and Wajih Al-Awaider got 10 months in prison for merely trying to assist a woman who was in distress, who claimed that she was not being provided enough food to live, and they went to her house to try to help her, and the police arrested her. So we're seeing a widespread campaign against anyone who speaks out against the policies of the current government, and any activist who calls for human rights reforms and political reforms. And I think that these Western countries that have military relationships or other relationships with Saudi Arabia should make clear that this is unacceptable behavior.